Pokemon Crystal was released during a time when Pokemon was all the rage. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow had released to worldwide success. The N64 brought the franchise into 3D with classics like Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium, and Hey You Pikachu. Merchandise was everywhere, the trading card game was booming, and the anime was the perfect Saturday morning cartoon for kids, in all of its jelly-filled donut glory. The craze just kept growing, and with the release of the Game Boy Color in 1998, fans were eagerly waiting for the next mainline Pokemon game to be released for the system. On November 21st, 1999, Pokemon Gold and Silver hit the scene, with Crystal following suit a year later. Fans were ecstatic, elated, they couldn't be happier. The game was everything everyone wanted in a sequel: a new region, new Pokemon, new moves, while still having the addicting gameplay and battle mechanics. The game was met with praise by fans and critics. Even today, it is widely considered one of the best Pokemon games ever made. Now, I'm not saying the game is bad, but I have a problem with it being called the best. In my opinion, this game is like the yin and yang of Pokemon. I could spend hours talking about how amazing it is, but I could also just as easily talk about all the things wrong with it. So let's see if I can do it in just a few minutes. I want this video to end on a high note, so let's start with the bad. This game's level curve is horrible. To put it into perspective, this game's Elite Four has Pokemon from levels 40 to 50. Red and Blue's Elite Four had Pokemon from levels 53 to 65. This makes training up Pokemon a chore, as they're so low leveled. It's hard to battle with them to gain experience, resulting in you having to switch train. Another issue is the variety of Pokemon. Trainers will use the same Pokemon again and again with very little variation. There's a whole tower that almost exclusively uses Bellsprout. The Ghost-type gym only uses the Gengar line despite Misdreavus being in the game, and a long stretch of water resulting in an abundance of Water-type Pokemon being added. The quality of Pokemon is another fault of the game. What I mean by that is how good or bad the Pokemon are. A lot of them just straight up suck. Ledian, Aipom, Corsola, the list goes on. While there are great Pokemon that debut in this game like Tyranitar, Houndoom, and Blissey, all of these are hard to come by. Many Pokemon also have god-awful move pools, so this essentially forces the player into limiting his choices when building a team for this game. Another problem I have is Kanto. While many players love the fact that they were able to explore the region they once knew all over again, it's honestly so watered down and barren that it comes off as a bit of a disappointment. All the trainers and gym leaders are pushovers, and the routes have been shortened, making it a bore to traverse. With all that out of the way, there are just as many good things I can say about the game. There's a reason this is widely considered one of the best Pokemon games. Firstly, I want to talk about the sprite work. It's amazing. Each Pokemon is brimming with color and detail. Each Pokemon looks poised and battle ready, and in Crystal, each Pokemon have a few frames of animation when they are sent into battle. Many people will say that the Gen 1 sprites have a certain charm to them, and while that is true, if I'm being honest, a lot of them are pretty awful. So going from sprites like these to sprites like these is a breath of fresh air. Pokemon Crystal is a joy on the eyes. Going back to the topic of Pokemon introduced in this generation, while I did say that a lot of them sucked, there are still some that I would consider some of my favorite Pokemon. Miltank, Skarmory. When it comes to designing Pokemon, they're not always going to bat 1,000, but with Crystal, a lot of these just nail it for me. Silver is also a great rival. He starts off as some punk that you can't wait to grind into the dust, but with each loss you see him grow and change. He realizes that his way of treating Pokemon was wrong, and ultimately becomes a better person. His arc was rewarding to see play out. His story worked perfectly as a rival. Going back to the level curve, even though it is bad, the gameplay is still fun and addicting. Whenever I would play this game, I'd seriously have a hard time putting it down. It's just genuine fun. The move animations are clean, and looking for ways to spice up a playthrough with a limited number of Pokemon that are good or have good moves can be a bit of a fun challenge for the player. Finally, let's talk about the music. Oh man, it is an absolute joy. Each track fits its tone perfectly. The gym leader and champion themes will pump you up, motivating you to battle on. While the calmer, slower pieces will have you bobbing your head to the beat without a care in the world. I know it's a given that Pokemon games have awesome music, but Crystal's is just fantastic. In conclusion, Pokemon Crystal is a game of highs and lows. When it's good, it's really good. But the game isn't perfect either. Multiple problems plague this game, which keeps it from being the greatest Pokemon experience for me. But I can also say the pros heavily outweigh the cons, leaving the player with an unforgettable experience. And that's the good and bad of Pokemon Crystal. And with that all said, I'm Easily Easy, and I'll see you next time.
Everybody wants to be your master. Everybody wants to show their skills. Everybody